Hello, my name is Bryus, Byraius, Bryus, or Bebo. And today, I'm gonna be painting some Jordans. Now, what Jordans, you say? Give me a sec. Alright, there would be some Jordan 1 mid red, white, and black bread toes. Why they're called that, I'm not ever gonna know, because I'm never gonna look into it. It's never happening. Don't need it. But we got these pristine babies. Not too pristine, but I mean, looking pretty good, but we got a design for them. Had a friend wanted me to throw a little spice on them, a little pizzazz, a little je ne sais quoi. So we're gonna clean these babies up. As you can see, they're already pretty clean. He didn't wear them too much, and you can see I already took the laces off because that's a time consumer. You want to watch me take laces off of shoes for however long? No, I don't think anybody does. If you do, good on you. I'm not gonna do it, not this video. But what you're gonna need to clean these babies off, these just a little soap, warm water, and something to scrub it with. For me, I got this nice toothbrush here, and I'm gonna get a good old microfiber cloth, and we'll get right at this baby. So I would like to say, you are gonna want to stuff these bad boys. That's what I'm doing, and personally, I'm just grabbing some fresh socks, stuffing them in there, just giving them some nice form. Doesn't really matter if they get wet, especially because these aren't even dirty. Beautiful. No creases. Maybe some creases, but we're not perfect. Nothing's perfect. But yeah. Good cleaning them. Alright. We got a microfiber towel, our toothbrush, and some water and soap. So, let's go. That was the first true. It's not too bad. Maybe we'll compare it, try and do a side-by-side with the original or before the cleaning. But with a toothbrush and a dream, I'd say it's pretty good. Alright, now that we got these bad boys clean, I have to watch a video on how to even do any of this. Alright, so getting into it here, I feel like it's always a good thing to do before any project is to lay out the materials. So we got the masking tape, which we'll start off with first. And then here's our paint. We got some white and black acrylic leather paint, as well as some 2-Thin. The 2-Thin is, it's a thinner agent, which is going to help us put it into these Angelus paint markers. How I'm going to get those both into the paint markers, I have not figured out, but we'll get there. Before we put the paint on, actually, we do have leather preparer and deglazer as well. Pretty much that just helps the paint bond better to the shoe, clean off what you couldn't really get to. And then the acrylic finisher, that'll go on towards the end after the whole drying period and whatnot. But, now that we got that out of the way, we got the duct taping out of the way, or masking tape out of the way. Super meticulous. Not like a horrible process, but really it's just taping something over and over and over again. Super fun. I think the logo on it, like, this is probably the most annoying part, I think. But other than that, they're pretty good. Now that that's out of the way, we move on to the painting. That's gonna be super fun. Gotta load that up into the paint pens. Gonna take some time. But right before that step, we got this leather prepare and deglazer that's gonna clean up the shoe and pretty much help the paint just bond to it better, just remove any leftover debris we couldn't really get in the cleaning process. So, you know, just a little helper to make it easier on us. And then while that dries, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so for this, just gonna take a bit of it. I'm just gonna eye it. Instructions don't really say an exact amount, but you can use a cotton swab or a rag. We're going with the rag. Microfiber cloth. Again, we're gonna just get a bit on there. Just get loaded up a decent bit. And then the fun part. In the instructions, it did say to go into, like, just kind of rub it on in circles. It kind of does feel like, it feels like acetone in my hands. Also really smells like acetone. All right, so now that that's drying, we're gonna move on to putting the paint in these pens, which is gonna be great. First, I wasn't really sure how I was gonna do this. I haven't even opened these. I haven't even seen how big the opening is. But I made these funnels out of some Solo cups that would just help us out. But then right after I made the funnels, I found a syringe. So there's gonna be some washing. I'm gonna have to, like, rinse it out a little bit. Gonna make this a whole lot easier. Let me just give you some ASMR for this. Was that nice? I bet it was. Sounded nice. Alright, so with the pack, wow. Would you look at that? I wasn't expecting it to come with its own syringes, but here we are. I swear I read the package, but not good enough, I guess. But we do got these felt tips as well, whenever you need to replace them, which is nice. Really nice, because I know felt tips wear out so fast depending on what you're doing. So after this point, the process of me filling up the paint pens got corrupted, but I do just want to let you know it was messy and meticulous and an overall amazing process. So if you do decide to do it yourself, definitely do it over a cloth or a plate. But now we get into the shoe.
This is a beat by Tremox Beats.
Alright, so after much time and effort, these babies are finished with the paint job. There's still, obviously, some tweaks. We're gonna need to de-masking tape it and then paint just where the masking tape was covered, where we couldn't really reach. But I mean, it's just a minute little details that I'll take care of. So, for the grand reveal, before no. Woo. Ooh. Almost forgot these were red. Need a little helper for this. Satisfaction, huh? Ooh, you want to watch this peel? Not as satisfying as I thought, but it's fine. It's fine. That might not be enough. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. Man, each piece is just a feeling of satisfaction on there. Blue wouldn't have been a bad color either. Get that. Oh, man. Ooh. I should do like an ASMR with this shit. This shit sound. Whew. Maybe I can do it near the camera and not knock everything over. Let's get a little closer, shall we? We're gonna leave the swoosh for last. So start with the tip of the shoe here. Maybe. Actually, we're gonna find an opening. Let me go for the sole. This might be the most meticulous part, unless I can find a place to just like peel it all off in one go. Ooh. Ooh. Not as clean as I wanted, but this shit is everywhere. So far, beautiful, amazing. I'd say for my first Jordan, goes hard. Not to toot my own horn, you know. Let's get that swoosh. All right. All the way around. Get my ball going. God damn. Now look at that. These came with laces, right? Yep, they're in the shoes. Forgot. But I mean, come on. That's kind of sick as fuck. Woo. Let's get that side by side again, huh? Get that side by side image. I don't remember which way the image was, but ooh. Oh, closer at me looks. Me looks. Some shit. God damn. Well, I'm gonna get unpeeling this other one, and then I'll be right back to you. We'll get on to the acrylic finisher. All right, so acrylic finisher. I barely know her. Sorry, but so what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to, use whatever you got. Maybe like plastic cup, something. For me, I got these little bowls, paint bowls, and whatnot. I have these the Angelus matte acrylic finisher, and it's not necessarily like required to put on there, to put on the shoes, but it is a nice even finish on them. It does, however, take about like 48 hours to cure, to dry on there. So time consuming. If you're in a pinch, you don't got the time, probably don't. But if you want that nice finish on there, it does add a little bit of protection. Not crazy, just like kind of slight. You could probably layer it up a few times. Not really going to do too much the more you add on. But yeah, so with the instructions, use a paintbrush, sponge, or rag. Apply evenly and allow to dry. Do not apply excessively or rub for a long period of time. And drying time increases in humid or wet weather. We're in a room. It's not really dry or humid in here. We're fine, whatever. So it's gonna take that normal 48-hour period. Let's see. Make sure the shoes are dry. To heat cure your fucking paint. Take a blow dryer or something. Heat them up, just helps the paint bond. That's a good tip. But yeah, so shake it up. Remember that show with Zendaya? Mine is a little bit coagulated. Think you're gonna want to shake it up more if yours is. Let me do that. We're gonna. Blah, blah. All right. Figure that out. Hopefully it gets out of sweatpants. But got that all in there. Soak it up into the cloth. And then just kind of wipe it on there evenly, like so. I do notice that it kind of does cake in those creases. Probably gonna want to watch out for that. Try not to get it on the cloth part. I am now kind of realizing. Nothing too bad, but still definitely think something you want to watch out for. Huh. All right. Doesn't really look much different, but technically, this is the finished product. I'll get on with this one. All right. Well, I'd say we've thoroughly made a mess, which is amazing for me. But besides that, besides the everything else, look at these babies. Honestly, for my first actual pair of Jordans, like my first painted Jordans, leather painting, just the whole process, I did enjoy it, and I'm honestly super thankful and grateful for this opportunity to be able to work with this. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty fucking proud of these. Obviously, first time, they're not perfect, but a whole hell of a lot better than I thought they were going to turn out. Not that I wasn't going to put my best into it, you know. So yeah. If you made it to the end of this, if you're still here, you're still watching, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking this out. Just seeing the journey of these shoes, this project. I'm excited for more to come. I don't know what's next, but we're going to keep creating. We're going to keep making shit. I'm going to keep doing what I love. The best I can. Videos take time to make for me. Full-time job, whatever. But whew, thank you. I also realize I did not. Never mind. We'll do one last view before the video fully closes. So, anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Bryce, Bebo, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And these are some sick ass Jordans. Bye. Quick note, You do want to open a window when you're working with the acrylic finisher. It stank. Just 1 second.
This is a beat by Tremox Beats.